Happy Saturday, everyone. I feel like this last week, everything kind of came to a head, and it was a very emotionally and mentally draining week for applicants with nonstop news from the raw score and all the psychometrician information about the AI generated questions and baby bar generated MBE questions. A lot of applicants, when they took the exam, felt like maybe they were going crazy. Something was wrong with their reading comprehension. And I knew, of course, nothing was wrong. The questions were not written correctly. We have yet to hear from a Kaplan representative as to why Kaplan did not create all 200 questions, or at least the 175 graded ones. And I can't imagine what you all are going through. Of course, I've been talking to many of my applicants all week long, and ever since the catastrophe of the February exam. But we are still in a limbo state, and it's kind of rainy this weekend here in Los Angeles, which I think is perfect weather for probably how a lot of people are feeling as we head into results week, or what we hope will be results week this week. I am confident applicants will get their results by Friday, May 2nd, and hopefully we will have a decision by the California Supreme Court. Now, the California Supreme Court is going to look at, and they want to know from the State Bar directly, why AI questions were used and how they were authenticated. And the State Bar, it seems to me from what I've read and all the articles from the media, seems a little defensive. I know that the Committee of Bar Examiners, there was a message there from the head of it saying that, the court gave us permission to consider AI, but that's just simply not true. I think what he was referring to was the October order from the California Supreme Court when they made the decision on the portfolio bar exam and they declined it, and then said that the State Bar can move towards a California-specific exam within approximately the next 5 years in the development of that exam and different subjects. And they're going to really focus more in on litigation and things that really do measure the entry-level competence level of an entry-level attorney. And in that order, there was a little sentence, I think it was like on page 2 on the top, or page 3, saying that, the State Bar can take into consideration AI and things, to help in the development of the exam if it's useful. But there was no mention in the decision from the court regarding the Kaplan contract, the $8 million contract to develop the test for now, and draft the exam for now until that new exam is drafted regarding AI. So that's kind of a stretch. And it leaves applicants in this huge limbo state. I don't like personally being in a limbo state, and I'm sure none of you do either. So as we wait for the news this week, I want this video to be short and sweet because it's been a mental overload, and I hope you're doing your best, if this has really impacted you, to take care of yourself and to try and keep busy or exercise, or just try and even block it out, because it truly has been a roller coaster ride. And up and down. And I'm sure you have felt so many different emotions if you have been impacted by this circus, really, that has gone on. And someone I was reading on a Reddit thread said this is kind of like a scandal. And I think one of the headlines called it that. It really does feel like that. It feels like a lot was hidden and a lot was not. There was no transparency. And this could have been handled in such a better, classier, more gracious way. This is an entity that is set up to license attorneys, and we have a duty of integrity. And I don't feel like that is being displayed by the California State Bar. So applicants, you are strong. You will persevere through this. You will get through whatever happens this week. I know this weekend you might feel a little bit on edge. Please take care of yourselves. In terms of what's going to happen, the court will weigh whether, what the State Bar puts on and shows regarding the AI, whether they think that's authentic and they think it really was reliable, despite the conflict of interest that happened, or not. And what they're going to do with what they observe and what they order, I think, is completely up in the air at this point. It could go either way. To speculate and make our minds go in circles right now, I don't think is productive, although I understand why, you may be there. So again, please take care of yourselves this weekend. I'll be thinking of you, and hopefully we get some news early next week so you at least have the information that you need, and then leading into results, okay? Keep busy, and I am rooting for you all as always. Be well.